Ah. Well. What's up, mates? Hey there. Well, it's been 2 weeks already, but here I am. I didn't rest at all. Too busy. Anyway, so, after all this time, isn't it time to play a game that you've been all waiting for? Or not? Well, I don't know. I'm just saying it like that. I'm not so confident about it. Today, we are playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Well, what happened last time? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. It was about this young woman. Yeah, I think Gina? Gina Lestrade. And this Egg Benedict guy. And also the pawnbroker here. I think that he is not so well now, and now we're investigating to understand what happened here, and if maybe Gina is innocent. Well, here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You'll go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Yes, and there's also something about Susato-san, I think. But I can't really remember what happened. I just know that it's something about her being... something with the clock tower. Maybe she needs to go back. Something like that. Your ladyship. Oh! Oh my! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. It is good work, that is. Ragabash. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Actually do it. I think. Okay, let's do it one more time. Aha! Woo! That's quite tough. Just worried. Oh my. What are those eyes? Because it's only air that I'm swallowing. Swallowing? Yeah? It doesn't feel great. Yes. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. It'll be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then. Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through that door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windybank and Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. The Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, I need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There are so many articles to go through. It's taking forever, even with the lads walking around the clock. Which is a problem, because it is another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. It must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters. Before, but we already encountered Lord Strongheart with Susato-san, have we? So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Yay! I missed it! Kinda. Let us not waste any time. Alright. First and only thing that we can do is investigate. Oh, what can we see here? A broken lamp. There's the article ledger here and Mr. Winniebank's notes. Huh. And what's this? Looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Show us, Susie. Show us. Yes. Cultura Puelli. What? £1. I can't read that. Even though I can write like this, kinda? 50th February, 10:30 p.m. This one. Oh yeah, you can't see it. Article deposited, one gentleman's overcoat. Coat? Yeah? Oh no, okay, it's like, date! Date deposited, alright. Article deposited, one gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, 50th April, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat, down for £1. Clearly, it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Well, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Jenny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing. Which belonged to McGilded. I'll never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten. On the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Windybank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have to hand. We know this cat, do we? This photograph of a cat. It looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen the exact same picture somewhere else recently. Yes. Feels familiar, but why? It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier. Just forgetting that she gave us that print. What are we waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out. Let the cogs turn. Hey, it's not the same. There. No. They're exactly the same. I've got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret. Amazing. What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Well, that's kind of obvious. With my intellect of over 200,000 IQ. Those two are not actual, well, they are photographs, but not exactly the same one. They're a bit like those we found in The Thing. With, you know, the girl. And her balloon or something. No, with, the Thing to see in 3D. You really want to know? Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. What I mean, let's see if I can do it, is that. But yeah, let's let Iris say it. So Iris, about these two photographic prints. One we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry. If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. Not? Have another look at them now. Here, Snowman is a bit blurry on the right. And also the cat is not looking at the same direction. On the right, he's facing us. On the left, he's facing the left. And you see that they're just slightly different from each other. I think so. It's very subtle. I'm using my superpower. Oh, superpower. Tell me, is it subtle? Subtle? Sad, huh? Huh? Subtle. Huh? Again? Subtle. Yeah. It's very subtle though. Superpower. What's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Well, it's because they're sets, you see? I don't... A pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Stereoscope? Scope? Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Stereoscope? Well, I feel as though I've heard that word before recently. Oh yes, that's what Mr. Shulman showed us earlier. Stereoscope. Anyway, you see there it is, just over there. Oh yes, of course, that magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures, even without one of those contraptions. Really? Do you know a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? I have no idea. Wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon. Bless her. We'll let her explain though. We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I for one simply have to know. Well, tell us. Have you ever considered, Runa? Our eyes see depth in the world around us. I swear one day I'll do it. I'll do class like that because, well, it's so... I'm pretty sure that it might not be so bad to make class. Make videos or a live stream where I can talk about this kind of things. As well, I find it so obvious. But maybe not obvious, but I feel like maybe more people should know about it, so be like Irish just now. I like to do the same one day. Oh, just forgot. Sorry. I was streaming for 2 weeks long. Just open them and it works. The reason it works is because we have 2 eyes. Indeed, 2 eyes. Shocking. It's because of our brain that we can see 3D. And because we have 2 sets of eyes, we can see well. That's also why people who lost one eye or maybe have one eye hidden can't really tell without any shadow which object is closer than to you than another one, except maybe with the size. And that's also why videos can have those kind of perception problems. Have you ever seen like a room where you seem gigantic and small at the same time depending on where you are, where you're standing? It's because, well, when we sit in front of a camera, or maybe just the image of a camera, it's in 2D or 3D. I think you'll see straight away what you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye. Yeah. Are ever so slightly different. Get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly, mostly when they're far away. There's also a way to know which eye of yours is your main eye. Direct or eye? No, we don't say that. Yeah. In your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the 2 views into one. Exactly. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. The brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Yeah, like breathing. I think I see the pair of photographs. This is the left eye view and the right eye view. Is that right? Well done, Susie. You're so quick. If you can persuade your brain to merge the 2 pictures together in your head, be able to see depth in these prints. Yes, Bruno, you're beginning to understand. In the stereoscope, this function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have 2 images, 2 eyes and 1 brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can really? I think you need to hide. Well, the main problem is that you might be able to see the other picture with your other eye. So you need to only see 1 picture with each eye. That's why usually people use stereoscope. Stereoscope. I don't remember already. But I guess maybe one way to do it will be to actually put your hands in front of your eyes. You know, like when you try to make googles with your hands. And so you place each kind of google in front of an image. As well, now it's totally separates and you can't see what your left eye see. Oh, that's so strange. Oh, what the hell? I just did something strange. I'm dying to have a go. Naruto really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Yeah, it's also a way, but I really hate it. Crossing your eyes in front of a picture. You need to focus on the center. Watch me and see if you can copy. Yeah. It hurts a bit. Make your eyes do this. You ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Okay, that'll make the perfect... the perfect what again? How do we call that? for the video. Now it's your turn, Bruno. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try it looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Bruno. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. The print split into two images for you. Now the next step. Need a try. I can't match them. Okay, what about seeing my nose? Yeah, I'm too far from my screen. But if you can do it, then it might be good for you. The prints should slowly merge together. Until... form a new single image in the center. It works. I can see it's in the middle now. It looks so real. I could look at it all day. I won't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Bruno. You look so dumb. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this? Is it? Okay, let me try again. Yeah, conduits. That's fine. If you can do it, then it's good for you. Might look pretty dumb, but good job. You can now cross your eyes. Oh, a talent. I don't know who discovered this, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Bruno? That's certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. No, some people find it easier than others. That's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. I recognize that. Saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? We saw. Yeah, just this one. This one, I guess. If I remember correctly, you press the little knob here. Then set the pair of photographs in the stand at the back end. It's so amazing even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Gyroscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital recently. Really? I don't know. But these little machines are so foldable. Surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. It's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so, in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. I've never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them. But I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Yes, maybe. The second white cat photograph has been entered into the call record. Let me see. Now it's exactly the same. A small box deposited 2 days before the omnibus incidents. I don't have anything to do with all this. We'll talk about the blood here. This dark red smear. The hair appears to have been made by somebody's figures. Could it be blood? You see any red mark as blood? Iris. It's a bit morbid, I think. It's almost certainly blood, isn't it? Can use all today. Oh, that's the other one with just one small box. Mr. Winnebago appears to have used the back of this photograph to write a redemption ticket. He's written it very neatly. Still, perhaps he ran out of paper. What's interesting is that both were made... Well, this one was made at 9 PM. And this one at 10:30 PM, 50F. And this one 30F. Okay, let's talk about this. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find it. No? I don't want to talk about this broken glass. For enormous, it must be awful to walk off. An awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in pawn. Too much to think about. To sell it all and have a clear head, if you ask me. But clearly Mr. Winnebank was very careful when it came to the articles in his cares. Anything out of place. Anything out of... Oh, what the hell? Ah, look here. That's a bullet. Oh, and I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Winnebank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Oh well. Mr. Sholmes liked to practice his drawing room whenever he can. Very patriotic like this. Huh? It's all there in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. You know? Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, yeah, right, something like that. Hardly in jest, perhaps. Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once. Often? Forget that for now, Bruno. let's examine these bullets. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? Suspicious red stain on the calendar. I may well be able to help with that. There's something like the sign of blood to get the blood pumping. Is there, Runo? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. You have it, you see. When it comes to blood, we're all different types. What a scientific observation. So you need this. What is that scary looking thing? Ollie and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you understand what it does. Watch this. Bang! Green. The color of the blood stain has changed. There, this makes sense now? I think I'm starting to understand that it's now green. Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? How wonderful. The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. You can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in the flash. Wow. But how accurate it is it? What a fabulous invention, Iris. I bet Jenny will say it's splitting great. Whose blood are we looking at then? Don't know. Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash. It's more like two flashes, really, isn't it? One flash or two, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. You must make a note of it in the call record. The blood sample has been entered in the call record. Let's keep testing and adding the result of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have a region left, sure. Actually, there's a stain on the back of that one photograph, isn't it? I think perhaps we should see if that can tell us anything. Tell us anything, please. Anything? Mr. Naruhodo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I've noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Citizen had picked up on that. I hope. Well, in that case... Yes, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. Okay, so now we need to present, I guess. Hello. 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 Ah, present. Oh, that looks like blood. We'll say it's from a gloved finger, almost certainly a glove made of leather. After all, we can't see any fingerprints. He'll leave the rest to me. Bang! Purple! Oh my, it's very purple. I said it randomly. Look at that! Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It will be an important clue. Although it will be nice to find out whose blood these different colors. That hurts. Ooh. Okay, it's good. You respond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood. You've had an idea, haven't you? You know whose blood this is? Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. I'm from the color it turned, but with a little deduction. That's right. I think it's clear. You know as well? Go first, Bruno. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright. I believe that this is the blood of... Winnebank? You think somehow it could be Mr. Winnebank's blood? Well, he will have been the last person to have handled the tickets. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. Mr. Winnebank had no injuries before he was shot, that is. Okay, it's Mr. Eggman. Oh no, Eggman is actually another character. Or Fry's Fine Mason. You don't sound very sure of yourself, the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now, in that case. The victim of the omnibus case. His name was indeed Mr. Fry's Fine Mason. Huh? Was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Huh? Huh? Okay. Yes, I guessed it. Because I'm very smart. That's exactly what I wanted. Wow, Gina brought this ticket here to Winnebank's yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time. The smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilda was also wearing a leather clothes that night. I'll ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? Oh. I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. It certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint, his mark. But we know that Mr. McGilda had no injuries at the time, anywhere on his body. From which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Nanahodo, sounds just like Mr. Shams. That it? The quickly slip-ups, I hope. Minus. Oops. I think you're right, Bruno. Very well, let's make a note of this. Details of the pawnbroker tickets for the code have been updated in the call record. The blood samples portfolio has been updated in the call record. Well, next. Anything of use here? Maybe this one? This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things that as if they're right in front of your eyes. It makes you think. Ah, that's not the thing that I want. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again. That's That's a folding stereoscope. There's a stereoscope too. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But that here's the great big contraptions over there. Well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. Albeit keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. Anything new here? It shows are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. It's very strange, Miss Elney, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Are you right, Bruno? It's just, well, looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. But when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you own them. Even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. It's a music box. Do you have them? Where you come from, Bruno? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this one in Japan. Here it is. Well, this will be a treat then. Shall we have a listen? No. What do you think? Isn't it a praise sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Grexy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Oh, we can't see pictures, I see. What am I selecting here? Oh, policemen. The police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instruction from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts. Every article, but that's ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're still sifting through it all in shifts at least. Still, we'll be walking through the night, that's for sure. Even then, we'll barely even scratch the surface. A crime in the pawnbrokers. It must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know? A crime in the pawnbrokers. Okay, let's finally go to this room. Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Grexy said. Yes, and that's where I saw the dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Mr. Winnebang face down on the floor, with Gina beside him. As the accused legal representative, he had the right to examine the scene. Examine the scene. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind the door. That's the real scene of a crime. Let's go. If there are clues in there, I'll find them. I guess we need to move. 60th April, Windybank storeroom. Poor Irish. She's clammed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windybank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Wait, Inspector. What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector will run away from some jumped up little defense lawyer, do you? Well, I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I don't know what to say to her. She ran running away from me, while running away from a 10-year-old. I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some dull reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not... I don't think that went very well. Why? Good question. Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. And we have investigating to do ourselves. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector had to say. Oh, Holly. Inquire to how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. I need to do it first. Yes. Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Pshaw! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them. Here's what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So Grexy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Yes, your ladyship. Will allow me to humbly explain. Last night, at shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. The lock appears to be broken now, though. What's that the police officer is doing? Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in as humbly as possible. As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor. That's wise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutted child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Striding the helpless girl was curled up on the floor, dead to the wall. She's still alive, you know? Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand. Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well. The key to the storeroom. And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friends. It's something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. crunchy and delicious. Obviously, my personal opinion is that all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. And what about Sholmes? Do you anything about Harley? Is the operation finished? Is Harley alright? Is he? Well, thing is... mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is... No, the operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well... out with it. Yes, ma'am. They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing, renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body anesthetized. Anesthetized? Is that even possible? This operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. In the Bio Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for the tooth extraction. The trouble is the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing. You follow my meaning. I couldn't get the medication to work at first. It took hours for him to nod off. Also I hear. And now that the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up early. That's why it's the job of some people to use this anesthetic. Is quite hard to use. Too much and you will never wake up. And not enough and you'll feel quite bad during the operation. That I can swear to anyone, anything. There's even stories of people who seem to actually be awake when the operation happened, but they can't move a muscle, like they're just conscious. No one knows if the anesthetic is still in his system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. Anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes around again. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get to war to you. What a surprise. In matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Okay, let's start with the blood here. Police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. The blood is still red. Poor Mr. Windybank. He was a nice old man. I guess it was just this morning, so it's not dry yet. Well, he was shot just once, though. No, through the heart. Most likely the fellow died instantly. Will have felt a thing. This must be his blood, then. I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. Bang! Green. Blue. A third color. So now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windybank's blood. If only it was this easy. It doesn't match for analysis of the blood stain we found in the main shop. Let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway. The blood samples portfolio has been updated. Actually, using blood is quite difficult in real analysis. The main problem with blood is that if you don't have any record of the blood, then you can't find whose blood it is. That's the first thing. There's not any actual database with all kind of blood or the blood of everyone. It doesn't exist, actually. Only if you're criminal, maybe, and even when you're criminal, it's not mandatory to have your blood registered in one of those databanks. So yeah, blood is quite difficult to use. You might be able to use liminal to, well, to make blood appear kind of bluish white with UV light, but that's more used when you're looking for traces of blood, not when it's obvious like that. When you can have blood like this, you can do an analysis if you know exactly with whose blood you want to compare to. And even though sometimes it can be harder, there's some specific things in the blood they can analyze, and not everything in the blood is actually meaningful. So I wonder how they do it, but well. Anyway, I guess maybe they extract the DNA or something like that. That's quite interesting, this kind of walks. Okay, let's start with this photograph here. I can't believe how many there are. Bicycle, gramophone, yeah, kinda. Musical instruments, and even some enormous paintings. Look, this is of different people's lives, quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least it will be, not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policemen shuffling around. Not much you can do about that, sunshine. Well, I guess the only... Oh, okay. This is a revolver, a real one. And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windybank's life. What's the matter, Susie? You look like you're about to faint. There's that. Rarely seen a gun in the flesh. I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Windybank with this yesterday, didn't we? I shall have to take my own life. It must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here, there was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Windybank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. What is it, Iris? It's a box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this... He asked me, he sold it. Well, telling you. We must check inside the box at once. And so? Ah! It was there. Iris' story was there. Was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yeah, but... I believe Holly when he said he deposited in here, but still, it's a relief to actually see it. It's not a very well hidden fraud. Iris' manuscript has been entered in the court record. So they didn't have any interest in this. So why? Why did everything happen like that? Well, I think we've seen... Oh. Iris? Don't worry, I'm alright. We must find the true culprits. Yes, absolutely. That's it? I don't see anything obvious now. Not anymore. Where can I go? If not here. I'm in trouble. Well, if I can't find it, then where should I go? Up? I can't see a damn thing. We have anything to present? No. Not this one. Oh. Green blood. Just seems strong somehow. There are all sorts of different colors. Pretty pinks. And purples too, you know? Okay, he said everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood will turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Okay, let's think of the last thing that we can maybe do. Let's check that call record. I can't find anything in our place. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I can't find it. There's a clue linked to this card and I can't find it. Not yet, I guess. What if Cesarus know the exact title of this unpublished story? I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain to me. Sorry. Do you have perhaps some blood on you? Oh, 60th April, local prison, cell 13. Jane doesn't appear to be here. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Wait a minute. If you examine the scene here carefully, there's not a possibility, isn't there? You could have slipped the key from the jailer if he wasn't looking and escaped. stretched, but well, not stretched. How do I say that? A bit far from what I thought. But well, why would she do something like that? It will only make her situation worse. Calm down, Runo. Was only joking, of course. Had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction. This must be your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight of words carry. I suppose a light-hearted great detective is a contradiction in terms of... Up? Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes will just have thrown his head back and go for weed. What does it mean? I'm not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruto. Looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. Should try to make progression with his sophistication in the meantime. Let's go. I need to get a drink. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. We can't see Gina yet. Alright. Let's continue with the hospital. Let's see how is Mr. Sholmes. Not here, it seems. Let's see. We can go back. Or go to the storeroom again. Get why we show this too. To the inspector. What I find strange is that we can't see anything interesting here. Meaning that I don't really think it's here. If it's not here nor there, should we just go back home? You can see sort of light blue that is without a red mark. Then it means that we found maybe the last item that we were looking for. Why outside? Regal on balls. That's right. That sign shows this shop is a pawnbrokery. A bit like your armband shows you're a defense lawyer. What's the signification of the 3 golden balls? Does it have something special about them? I expect Holly would like to answer that question when he's back from hospital. I mean, you don't know. Well? I don't know. Hey, careful with this hot tea. Where should I go? Outside? Still schooling yard carriage outside Winnie Banks. I don't imagine we'd been skating a case so close to home. She's very upset by all this. Was there? I should have done more. Now this is your fault, Bruno. So please don't apologize. Criminals who are to be blamed for all this. So let's investigate and walk out. How to catch them. Yeah, why would I go here? Maybe I should check what I have. I'm thinking of some kind of things. We need more blood sample. What if I present a wrong item to you? Scales of justice, they're a symbol of defense, aren't they? A symbol of fairness to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the law. They're warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind. But if they are the mark of the defense, they'll be more auspicious. They'll weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think. You're impatient, I'm sure. So what else? Mm. 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 I'm thinking of presenting things, but I don't really know what. Ah. Is er soms zeg je die bezitter, yeah? Strange. What is it about this particular story? Work so hard on it. Why would Holly say I can't publish it? Afraid I have no idea. All I can do is wait until he's ready to tell you. I suppose. Maybe. Because Holly isn't it? It's because Holly isn't in it enough. Maybe I could just give him enough good lines. Maybe. I wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason, but I can't. Where did you find stain? Blood stain? Hmm. Well, I'm lost. Blood. Needs? Not really needs. Who lost blood? I can't smell it. Inspector, what do you make of this? What have we here? Redemption ticket for an article deposited here. It is it? Looks like someone ran off office stationery. Wrote the tickets on whatever paper was to hand. It's the ticket for Mr. McGilded's overcoats. One that that little diver turned up with yesterday. Actually, no, it's not. Think you know better than me, do you? I didn't mean to. That's right, Grexy. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. I don't doubt you, your ladyship. What's all this about then? I might be so bold as to ask. This is the second ticket. Second one. It seems that Mr. McGilded in fact had another article in storage here in Winniebank's. Is that right? I think this already happened before, that's why you should have known to do it, to give you a ticket to Gregson. I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Nerhola. I would have never thought about this. Like, never ever. You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the right yard and examining it properly. According to the details on these tickets, Mr. McGill deposited another article here with Mr. Windybank. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? You have any idea where it is, Gracie? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilded. Could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be... Stop looking at me with those big... How do you say that? I can say turquoise, but turquoise. It being not the same thing. Let's see. Turquoise. Turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles. I will. I'll go barking. What is this sound? This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. It's enough sauce from you, sunshine. There is one thing that springs to my mind. According to these tickets, the redemption deadline's already passed, isn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Here's the shelves in the front, we must search them at once. You're wasting your time. There are dozens of little boxes out there, hundreds even. You don't possibly know which one might have been Mr. McGilded's. The information's not written in the ledger. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Okay. Are we allowed to? Very sensible of you, I'm sure. It's getting old. I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Windybank set such a weak trap? I know he set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. The trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Do you remember Bruno? I told her she could rip up the station papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Did I say that? He say that? He did. Wow. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. It's not like we'll find this box here. So let's go directly to prison. Okay, local prison cell 13. Welcome back. You're back. The police must have finished questioning her then. How was it, Jenny? Was it awful? You didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windybanks. My eye, my right eye. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everything's saying that I did it. It's not not totally wrong. That's the main problem with rumors. It's very hard to calm them. Okay, what about your final decision about tomorrow's trial? Will you defend me? Huh? Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you like. Mr. Naruhodo present you. So what will happen? Some drama? She really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what she feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Wait, we've been uncovered. Alright then, let me give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in, who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know what that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. Mr. Nahodo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that have managed to establish. For you being there in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windybanks that night. Looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. Pressed it in Jenna's face. I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Melting. We have the station papers and all the documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Don't bother. Rip them up and chuck them, would you? Them representation papers, or whatever they call them. They still ain't fancy enough to have been. So what will you do in court tomorrow? What? Oh, that's why. Because if she rips them off, then she can't throw it in the bin. Right. I'll be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. It don't matter what's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Okay. Hey, watch this. We found this in Mr. Winniebank's storeroom. A manuscript of Iris's latest story. Alright, well that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Winniebank's showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception, the box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing the manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was right there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Well, what's impressive is that I thought that it was already said. You can tell us what happened, please? Okay. Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been written yet. I figure it's gonna be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Well, yes, at least £5,000. What? So you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No. Jenny, how could you? No. Hang on. Of course I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the mental script, or whatever it's called, really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris' sake. Isn't that right? We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, a lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that the manuscript ain't at Winniebank's. You'd soon see if you had luck. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Holly's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. even though it's wrong of me to tell him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. Alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. You didn't say it? It wasn't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. I wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest. If he really deposited the manuscript at the Winniebanks. It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But Iris' blood ain't like mine. She got her dad, only she can't see him. Ouch. Yeah, he's still traveling? Yeah? Yeah? Still alive? I reckon that's gonna be harder. That's why she writes her stories. About her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me. Anyway, last night when I was listening to what you were saying, stories about Daddy. Oh. Actually, what's... You know, it's easy to represent more or less. Easy. Or at least there's lots of cliches about what's a mommy. Mommy character or mommy. But what's a daddy? What's dad actually? I think it's a tough question. You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. That's how I see it, yeah? So thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, we never thought any differently, did we? Give it a rest, will you? I hate all this chummy nonsense. You hear it? I hate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I walk. 'Cause if you don't trust no one can let you down. Leave me alone. Go on, Scarper. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there, on both sleeves of the overcoats. Are some very suspicious red stains. Yeah, that looks like... Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of all the findings in that area to Gina now. Thank you for telling us. Hey, the stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. Blood, really? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. Could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Winniebank when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. Just a friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Haha, bang. Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot. Oh, that's a lot of purple. Look at the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? It was the brickmaker Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean? rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo. I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Boy, would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half story. Mate. Okay, we can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilder's overcoat. In trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony. Oh, you still have this? What good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I was about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Well, that's not just a hand. Look at this overcoat now, it's clear. The stains couldn't have arisen from Mr. McGilder trying to pull the victim to his feet. No. Had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over Mr. McGiller's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I tried to run from the truth for long enough. There's no escaping it now. The true culprit is, in that case, Mr. Mason's killer. Was Magnus McGilder. Yeah. The horrible case is solved at last, and I helped the man walk free from the trial. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Well, at that time we were desperate, weren't we? You believe him, though. You believe Mr. McGilder was innocent. I believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in courts is the defense lawyer's greatest weapon. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. Mikazuma-sama. Wow. Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to a primary weapon. Trusts. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief. Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for the killers. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. I believe you, unwaveringly. What's funny, Gino? Sounds like in this Empire Japan you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on, look at the mess it's got you into. Living in that bog trotter. Yeah, inadvertently help a murderer walk free. If not for this fire. Well, at least you've learned your lesson now. Living in people never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. And as you let your guard down, you've had it. You can leave out of my book. Leave no one, get hurt by no one. Let me ask you something. I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? But that's what he wants and all. Sir, I'm a believer lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? Are you telling me you can believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, a lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Yeah. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow us to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Are you half-baked? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Mr. Naruhodo. Do you hear all of what I said before? I'm a born liar. Babes, just strip off my tongue, and I don't forget. Pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago, and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you chose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. The world we live in is full of people you will do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. I'm just a stand-off low and certainly lacking courtroom experience. I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I'm completely on your side. What do you expect me to say to that? Oh. Then it's decided. We'll take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It will be a shame to throw them away after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You recent lot are... I know what you are. I don't get you. She's taking herself off to the back of a cell. Never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. It turned out alright in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdroppings is the height of cowardice. Somebody's there, in the shadows. You can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. You're sharp, huh? For being here. I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. Well, if anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Rexy, what do you mean I'm most terribly sorry, your ladyship? I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening on our conversation? Listening in? No. I just got the word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was for hours. I just arrived, these very minutes, not a moment earlier. That's all it is, nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours, Is it that late already? So then I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye, and bye. It's a lot of farewells, not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. But I wanted to have a chat. I'm truly sorry, but time is pressing at the minutes. I see. It's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart's will, well... Nothing. What can I say anything? Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Grixie, if you have to, let's chat soon. United Chump can't wait, if you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries. Not one of them sounds sincere. Grixie is so funny. It's just silly things. It's only entertaining to see the specter of the police phoning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Courts. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. Now let's call Iris at home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. And so, the investigation came to an end. The son went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then, it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, the son will be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's legal constituency. Naruhodo-san, it's been a really trying day? Very tiring day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Sato-san? The day has been even more tiring for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes. Tina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. Forgot about this? I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. We've managed to establish this office. Was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I say that I felt no regrets. I'm so sorry, Sato-san. Just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I had no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here for a short time, but my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel like I've learned something. And what will that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets. Like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and motives. And we see only a small number of the total facets. That is why, and what is illuminated is only part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some paths we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to do so much, hoping that one day will all become clear, that all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open, keep moving forward, and if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's just been 2 months. We've grown so much. It was nothing, an importance. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Oh, yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. It's in less than 5 hours. Well, I escort you to the station. Absolutely not. I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. A very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What do you mean? Oh, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What's that? Some huge bundle of documents. It's my notes on the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. My gilded case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case in ways that are not yet completely apparent. I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. Everything else she's had to think about. Citizen still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Sarah. I will do my best to use it wisely. We are the best judicial assistants in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. I'm sorry to say, they've been a complete failure. What? You catch that? Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. What could she mean? It was kind of useful? I guess we don't really know what an actual judicial assistant do, so hard to tell. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now. Not a horror sound. Let's finish packing up my things in my room. I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait, there's something I need to say. What was that? A secret technique of mine. That'll shut down. Please, I implore you. I have the voice of goodbyes. I won't be able to hold back my tears. Shut down like that? Really? Son? Today had been quite a trying day, a tiring day. Maybe it's really like that. We'll feed for hours getting Gina to open up to us and learning the truth about the nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. I forced myself to close my eyes, and as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, my fatty, anyway, triumphed, and I fell into deep sleep. Well, I guess that's before we continue this next day. Well, before or after. It's not really that important. What's up here? I guess maybe we'll have another save just before the trial, but I guess ending here will be quite alright. It's not so bad, I think. Yeah, it's a good place to stop. As always, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Sometimes, yeah, it's good, I think. That's good. Thank you. I guess I'm a bit tired now. A bit thirsty. Thank you. And see you next time, maybe.